Hiya, it's a little bit later than I said it would be, but here's my video of how to do the eye makeup that I posted the other day. I was too hungover yesterday, I was dead to the world, so nothing was happening yesterday. But I'm ready to show you now my new Tarte palette. So this is the palette. It's a nice sized palette, and you've got here all of your colours. So all these like square ones are all like a matte colour. There's no shine to them or like shimmer, but these are the ones here. They've got a shimmer to them, and they're all just beautiful colours. Like there's just so much that you're going to be able to do if you want to get a palette like this. But I'm going to show you how I did my eye makeup the other day. So to start with, I've already drawn out, like not drawn on my eyebrows, like all I've done is use a little bit of me NYX eyebrow mascara, the NYX eyebrow mascara, and then just topped it up with a little bit of brown eyeshadow, just because I like a more of a severe brow for going out. But the next thing that I'll do is I'm just going to take a really light concealer, just a tiny little bit on your hand. This is just to really emphasize those brows. So with a really thin brush, it's very thin, just rub a little bit of the concealer on, and then just stroke that right underneath your brow, just to give yourself a nice highlight. So it looks like a really thick line right now, which it is. But we're just going to then take your finger and rub that across, and it just makes it more highlighted. Sometimes you can take it down a little bit further, just whatever you feel. It doesn't really make a difference because when you do the eyeshadow, it's all going to come together anyway. But if you just want to set that off, so it's set off, I don't know, it just makes them look better. I have just topped up my brows, and I feel like I've just went a little bit too heavy on the top. So if you ever go a bit too heavy with your brows, if you put some powder on, I'll just use a normal, like this sort of endy thing, just to brush it out, and that'll like I've always said before, if you've got the right equipment, like it doesn't matter if you make mistakes, because you can correct it all. If you make a mistake with your brows, you can correct it with that. If you go too much under with your eyebrows, you can use the concealer to sort of highlight, and that'll hide if you've made any smudges or anything like that as well. It just really like gives it that more severe point on the end too. So the next step is I'm taking my Urban Decay primer, and I'm just going to take this above the eyelid. You can take it down at the eyelid a bit, but I'm not really bothered about that right now, because the first thing that I'm going to do is up here, and I just got a new thing the other day which I used as a primer for the thing. I'll show you that in a second. So when I got the Tarte palette, you also got this lovely gold. Oh, it's gold, it's pretty. But fluffy brush is my description, a fluffy brush. And then I'm going to take this colour here. It looks very pink on the video, but it's not dead pink. But this is what I'm going to use to give the colour around the top here. So just, I dab it on first because it's going on top of a primer. And it looks like it's quite severe, but you'll blend it through, because you always end up blending after, because when you sort of, the next thing I'm going to put an even darker colour in there, and I don't want it to look so severe, so I'll blend just by swirling your brush around, basically. Just swirl your brush. So if you want to get off any excess, so like there, I've just wiped a little bit on my hand to then make it a little bit softer again, just to do that. But that's where I'm putting me dark to start. Stopping it about here, because I'm going to top that up with more of what I'm going to put on my lid, really, because I want that to be more of a sparkle. I don't want the dark to go down too much. The next thing I'm going to do is take a brush, which is this shape. So it's a thin brush. It's quite flat, as you can see from the side, but it's also got an angle to it. And that's what I'm going to use just to draw a line in here to give that sort of cut crease vibey thing. The colour that I'm using is going to be this, where am I there? This darker colour of colour. But yeah, I'm going to use this, so just get some on the brush. Give it a little blow for good luck. And then I'm just going to go around the top of my eyelid. It doesn't need to be precise. I'm not drawing like a straight line. This is something that, again, you'll go back to your fluffy brush later just to blend that through so it's not like a severe line, because you're going to get more of a severe line when you do the actual cut crease. But I just want to get enough on so that you can see that it is darker, because I don't know why we do it, but I just think it looks better. And then towards the ends, I'm just brushing that out, and then again we'll go back and blend that. But you want a good amount on, you want to be able to see it, but not loads and loads. Well, it doesn't really make a difference because you're going to blend it anyway, so even if you do go quite heavy, it's all right, but I just want it to be quite prominent to start with. And then we will go back to that again as well, because I want that to sort of come down here. I'll start just by putting a little bit on, but really I'm going to go at the next stage, which is going to be the shimmer. So I bought this the other day. This is NYX. It's an eyeshadow base. It's just a little pot. It was £5.50 from Boots. And it's just basically like a white cream. So I'm going to take a flat brush. You could probably use the one that I just used before, but I'm using a different one. I got loads of brushes for Christmas and I want to use them all, so why not? But yeah, so just take some of your white stuff, and I'm just going to put that on the eyelid. It's a really good base just to be able to really show off whatever colour you're putting on. So like I'm being quite careful now because I want that to be like, it will blend later because I don't want it to be a severe cut crease, but I'm still being sort of careful that I just want this on the lid. You just patting it on, rubbing it across. Doesn't really make that much of a difference. Sorry if I'm sniffing, I've been sniffy all day. I think I'm getting the bug. I'm getting a bit cold. Using the same brush that I used before, I'm just going to wipe off a little bit of that excess, and then I'm going to take this shimmery colour here, and I want that right across where I've just been. So you can see straight away it's just a nice shimmer. That white is just really helping make that pop. So I just feel like that was a really good purchase, this white eyeshadow, what is it called? Eyeshadow base. I feel like that was a good purchase. But yeah, and then I'm just taking this up a little bit. So I didn't put any of the eyeshadow base on there, but I still want to take that up a little bit. Which again, I'll go back to blending soon. But there we go. Sorry, sniffing. So that's sort of giving you an idea of how we start it. Next, I'm going back to the fluffy brush just to blend it all together and just to take some more of the dark in. I'm just going to get a little bit more of the dark colour on the fluffy brush and stick that in the corner and just work that in. And then some circular motions in the corner just to drag it out so it's not like a severe sort of thing. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want you to be able to go like, oh, there's pink, oh, there's dark, oh, there's light. I want it to sort of blend together. But I still want the definition of the sort of crease in there as well. So you just brush it out as much as you want to kind of make the look that you're going for. Just brushing off some of the excess again, going back to the shimmer. And I'm just taking that down again, just across the eye and up a little bit, just to blend that through. The last little bit that I'm going to do here is take the light colour at the top, and then that's just going above all of the colour just to blend everything from the eyebrow down. So that gives you the overall, brings it all together. If you feel like you've took it down too much, you can go back to that original colour and then top that up a little bit more to however you wanted. Now just for the underlining, I am going to take the flat brush with the angle again, but I'm going to use the black. You get black in here as well, can you see black? I'm going to use that to underline the eye. So just starting at the end working my way across. Doesn't matter if you don't have a perfect line, because again, we'll do a little bit of blending. So, blah, blah, blah. There we go. Just got that dark on there, and then I'm going to go, because I want to add, like I've said before, I love to have a little bit colour coming background, so it just brings everything in the eye together, and I feel like it just makes your eyes look a bit bigger. So I'm going back to the dark colour that I've used for the crease, and I'm just going to chuck some of that underneath as well. So I'm using the same brush just to get a good amount on, but then I'll use the fluffy brush to blend it all together, and like I bring it up here so it matches in at the corners there as well. So then going back to the fluffy brush, blowing off any excess that's been on before, just to tie that all up together there. Eyeliner, so that's pretty much your eyeshadow all done. Eyeliner, so I used the Perversion Urban Decay eyeliner in another one, and I've said before I'm not a big fan of these pens. I do like it for getting the initial line on the side, but then I will go back to the liquid pot to colour anything in. So just going back to this one just to start it, I've been recommended to try the Kat Von D, yeah, her tattoo liner, which I will get as soon as my bank balance allows us to, because I don't know if you've seen, but I got that Style Pro, you know, where you clean the makeup brushes, and that's getting us this month because the car insurance is due and all that crap. But yeah, that's on my list of next purchases to get. But until then, sticking with this one, so I'm just going to start it. You sort of just work out where you want it to go. I want it to start from here, bring it in. Doesn't matter if it's going to be perfect, because we're going to tie it all up again. Me with the liquid eyeliner. As much as I love the liquid eyeliner, I feel you get more precision with the actual point with the pen. So I know I say I don't like the pen, but it's got a good side to it as well. I just wish I could do everything, but it feels like it's dry when it drags. So I've got my point starting here, and I'm just taking that across. You kind of have to open your eye a bit when you're doing it, because when you're getting older, like I am, your eyes won't be in the right place for your crease. And then just going from the bottom, just to match it up. I've got my basic shape there. I'll colour in a little bit. I'm not feeling well. I'm getting the cold. But yeah, I'm just taking that just to colour it in a little bit. But I can't be bothered to keep colouring in with this, because it's so much quicker to just get me liquid one. So this is just the NYX liquid black eyeliner, and I'm just going to go over the top here, tie in that line, and colouring in. It's just like colouring in a colouring in book. You've just got to stay in the lines. I know it's hard to do, but when you get enough practice at it, you get there. You can do it in stages as well. You don't need to do it all at once. You just build up as you go. Going right down to the corner. And there we go. I'm so chuffed that went on quite well. So am I looking all right? It'll look even better when I've got the lash on as well. Then eyeliner, because I'm a big fan of colouring in my eyes there and over at the top, just to give it more of like a, I just think an Arabian sort of look. But just going to take the pencil on my waterline, get right in there, and then just up over. And there we go. Next, just going to go with my Perversion mascara, just so there's something, wipe off any excess, just so that there's something on my lashes to start with. Just do the top for now, and then I'm going to stick on a false lash. Now, I hope this goes well, because it's hard enough anyway doing false lashes, but when you've got the pressure of doing it on a video and everything else has all gone so well, this is probably not going to happen so easily. But yeah, these lashes I got from, it's called Primer Lash. Found them on Instagram through my cousin's girlfriend, thanks Kez. And and I just love them. This is like the eyelashes that makeup artists use. So, you know, if you're going to pay to get your makeup done, this is the sort of ones that they would use. I got 5 in a pack there. I think it was about a tenner for them, I think. That's 5 in a pack, and I use them more than once. I don't know if you shouldn't do that or not, but I do because they're all right. Just use them again. To be fair, this is the fresh set, but if you want to use it more than again, as long as there's not a build up of glue on the top, you should be all right. If they're quite like clean, you just see how you feel. I mean, the workout is like £2 a pair. It's not a fortune to buy loads of them, and the result at the end is worth it. But anyway, you don't get glue with them though. So I've got a pot of just eyelash glue. I bought this not for eyelashes. I bought this for big green foam eyebrows that I made myself. When I went out dressed up as Poison Ivy to a fancy dress party. That didn't turn out to be a fancy dress party. We'll not talk about it. But basically, I've just took the glue there and turn it around with my big lashes and just painted it on the top of it. Now, the trick to eyelashes is to wait until the glue's a little bit tacky. So once I put this on, I'll give it a little blow, because I want it to be tacky. I also like to give it a little rub like that in a circular sort of motion to give it the shape to stick onto an eye, because sometimes when you get them, like, they're quite flat when they first come out, whereas like I've just curled that, so it's going to sit better when I place it on. Right, I would say about 30 seconds you want to wait just to get it tacky, and do give a blow on them, and then just place it on as best as you can. You can move them about if you need to, and then I'll just use the back of tweezers just to press them into place once I'm happy with where they are. So sometimes you want to just leave them where they are. Just press at the lashes. I know you can see the glue, but don't worry, that'll dry clear. And if you need to, you can top up with your liquid eyeliner afterwards. It looks so shadowed. Wait there, let's get some more light on my face, and you'll see better. Because it just looks like I've got a black eye. But yeah, I feel like that's in position. So I'm just gently pressing that down. This is really gently prodding it down. It's all right if they don't look like they're sticking up much at the moment, because once I feel like it's totally dry and totally secure, then I'll get my mascara just to bring it up with my actual own lashes. But I'm just making sure that that is pressed on. So usually I'll leave this while I go and start doing the other eye, then by the time that's dry I'll go back to this. Obviously I'm not doing the other eye at the minute, so what I'll do now is I'm just going to chuck in me little bit mascara on the bottom lashes. So going back with me perversion, just to stick, you can't help but do the lips, can you? So stick a bit more of that on here. I feel like my hand's a bit shaky. I went out on Saturday night and I fell. I fell on the dance floor and I fell sideways and I went down on my wrist that was already a bit sore. So I feel like I'm a little bit shaky. It's not, I'm not in the best nick. But I will go out and I will get in these states. Well, you're only young ones. Next thing, I'm just going to take me Benefit, their real mascara, just because I like the bristles on this. It's not like a brush, it's like the plastic. I just feel like that's good for separating your lashes on the bottom line. It just emphasises length. I also think by doing that little bit extra colour, it shows off your lashes more underneath. I feel like it looks as though there's more of a shadow off them. I don't know if it's just me, but I think that's better. So then going back, so I think this is dry. Let's just check. If you're wanting to check that they're dry, I just use my tweezers just to check and see if there's any movement there. I feel like that's all right. So then just get me mascara again and then just brush up so they're in the right place. And I think that looks about right. So So there you go. That's light. That's the eye done. See, it looks good in this light when you get close. Sorry about the rest of my face. This is work face, but yeah, that's the eyes done. I will think of some more different styles to do it with some more colours in that palette, but I love my Tarte palette. I hope it's been useful. Thanks.